Welcome back to Dream Nuggets. As we have been learning, dreams are mostly symbolic and they can be really great conversation starters with God. They're not always literal, they're not always instructive. Just because you get a dream that you're married to a person, it doesn't mean it's an instructive dream that you should marry that literal person. In a lot of dreams that I have, I may be running from something or reacting to a person in a certain way, and I wake up and as I'm processing through the dream, I realize I don't want to be running from that situation, or I don't want to be reacting to that person in that way. And that is a great conversation starter with God. And so I pray into that scenario that was in the dream and I say, God, I really don't want to be fearful of this thing, or I don't want to be so reactive or irritated or annoyed with this person. And so I pray into that. Recently, I had a dream that I moved to a different location, and at first I was like, oh, maybe this is what God is saying that I should do, like I should move to this place. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to move to this place. I can see the ways that moving to that place would be a step down and a reduction of what I currently am enjoying. And so I was praying into that, and that really built up my boldness and my confidence to ask of God. And we see this all throughout scripture where he encourages us to come boldly before him with the desires of our heart and to meet him and to love him and to engage with him with all of our minds, all of our hearts, all of our bodies, everything in us. And dreaming is a great way to do that, because I find that God gives me a lot of dreams that are really conversation starters for him to say, what do you think about this scenario? What do you think about the way that you're currently operating in regards to this person? And through these conversations, I learn more about what it is that I really want and what it is that I don't want. What are some things that I have been coasting along with? What are some things that I need to change up? It really shows me ways that I have been operating or ways that I want to operate, and allows me to pray into that situation and to talk with God about it so that I can change things up where necessary. So dreams can be conversation starters, and they can just really present scenarios for the Lord to stretch our imagination, for the Lord to give us vision of, hey, you don't have to keep on operating in this way. I have better things for you. And sometimes in dreams, when we find ourselves reacting or responding in certain ways, the Lord can be presenting that scenario to us for us to say, I want better than this. I want more than this. And we can measure up our dreams with our heart's desires, our goals, what we're seeing in scripture, and see if they balance out. And if not, pray into it. I believe that God really uses a lot of our dreams as conversation starters to stretch our faith, to increase our boldness in going before him and asking of him, and just really waking us up to the possibility of operating in a different way, of thinking in different ways, of asking for different things. So be encouraged, and see you next month.